looking. That's a man wide open. It's caught for the touchdown.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, the Packers are garbage. They're gonna go 3-14. I thought this was gonna be the get right game for them. You know, I was saying against the Bills, the offense had its best game of the year. It looked like Rodgers being a little more aggressive. They balanced the run and pass a lot better, especially in the second half against the Bills. So I was excited. Let me turn Red Zone down here so you can hear what I'm saying. I was excited against the Lions, worst defense in the league, right? You know, we'll probably put up good points. I wasn't expecting this to prove that we're going to make the playoffs or anything, but it would be a nice win. Like, we haven't won in a month, so it would be a nice get-right game. Nope. Romeo Doubs, the only thing holding this Packers offense together at receiver-wise, gets injured, goes down with the injury. You know, it doesn't look like he tore his ACL or anything, but it seems like he has a bad ankle injury. Probably will miss a lot of time, or at least a few weeks. So that's brutal. He's probably been my favorite player on the Packers this year offensively. So there's that. Allen Lazard, you know, I think he got a touchdown on that play, but they ruled him down at the 1-yard line. So what do? You know, it's 0-0. We already threw a goal line interception after the ball hit off a defender's helmet, which, you know, bad luck, but I'm not, you know, I wasn't too upset about it. It was only a 0-0 game at that point. So what do? We run with A.J. Dillon twice instead of using Aaron Jones on the goal line. Then it goes to 4th down. We're stifled. So what's the play call? You know, Aaron Jones, he runs around the sideline. Not the sideline. He runs to the right of Rodgers, close to the sideline. You know, and he was covered, but I think it would have been okay to throw to him there. You know, take a gamble. Rodgers doesn't do that, though. Well, the play we call is a trick play where David Bakhtiari, our former All-Pro lineman, he goes left. He's the only receiver in sight, no receiver with him to make up in case he messes up and we have to throw it to someone else. So Rodgers has to heave it across his chest, across the field to get it to Bakhtiari. Bakhtiari, once again, an offensive lineman who I don't think has ever caught a pass, and he throws it into double coverage against the offensive lineman, and it's an interception on the goal line. Aaron Rodgers, 2 goal line interceptions in the game. Don't think he's ever done that in his career, at least not in a very long time. So that was bad. Then the defense continued to play garbage. Lions get in the red zone. We stopped them a couple times. Rashawn Gary's having a hell of a game. Made a lot of good big stops. He's the best player in our defense this year by far. He made some stops on the running backs. But Lions on the goal line, what do they run? You know, they just try to pass the ball on 3rd down. What did the Packers defense do? All 11 players go to the right. Not a single defender is even remotely on the left side of the field. Quay Walker is just standing there, you know, kind of just staring at the turf, I guess. I don't know what he was supposed to do there. But him and I'm sure others were supposed to be on the left side of the field. This guy named Shane Zylstra, I've never heard of him. He scores his first career touchdown. He's wide open. And I'm talking wide open. You know, we see players get wide open. Tyreek Hill will put the burners on someone. He's wide open running down the field. No. This was just I think that guy was a fullback or a tight end. This is just a backup, just basically standing in the end zone. He wasn't running. He was just standing there, and all he had to do was make a wide open catch. You know, going back to COVID a couple years ago, you know, keep your 6 feet. There was not someone 30 feet near him. Wide open touchdown. And now they're going for 2. Let's see what happens. The game's on right now. I'm watching. So they just think our defense is that bad that they can go for 2. And they were right. Jamal Williams, former Packer, one of my favorites, scores the 2-point conversion. We are down 8-0 going into the half. Granted, this is a lead we can come back from. But, the Packers suck. They suck. If Doubs is hurt severely, it's going to be hard to do much on offense passing-wise because they still seem not to trust Aaron Jones because, as I said earlier, we ran with A.J. Dillon on the goal line every time. So, yeah, 3-14 at that point, you know, get Will Anderson. Him and Rashawn Gary would be a great tandem to rush the passer, throwing Kenny Clark on the D-line to be an interior presence. I mean, that would be a foundation to improve this defense, which, you know, I thought was going to be top 3 to 5 in the league. Instead, it might be bottom 3 in the league. And everybody is scared to tackle, and everybody is scared to, play defense, I guess. I don't know what else to say. And apparently today we're also just being stupid and leaving people wide open. So that's my thoughts going into the half. Second half of this video, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to record it after the game's over. But yeah, so second half thoughts. Packers lose 15-9. Well, for starters, the entire team got hurt in the second half. Rashawn Gary got injured. Aaron Jones got injured. Who else? John Runyon Jr., one of our starting guards, got injured. David Bakhtiari got injured again. Christian Watson got injured again. His second concussion of the year. That's not good. And he's had a lot of other injuries as well. So, I want Christian Watson to succeed, but he's going to be a bust if he's just going to be hurt all the time. But that's besides the point. As I mentioned earlier, Dobbs also injured. That's not why we lost, though. We lost because they do stupid stuff. And Aaron Rodgers, I've been trying to defend him. I think I was killing him pretty hard the first few weeks, but lately I've been drifting back to it's not all his fault. Well, today, 23 for 43, a lot of bad passes, some overthrows, some unnecessary long balls that could have been shortened. And, the game, the play that kind of changed the game, we could have taken the lead even further, but, we could have taken the lead after that Lazard touchdown. We were in the red zone, and Rodgers threw it with 20 yards to go. He just heaved it, and, it was only 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. It was an interception. He just locked in on whoever he was throwing it to, and it went nowhere. And then towards the end of the game, Samori Toure, who had a big catch last week for us, he had another big catch, but then he fumbled it out of bounds. So they gave us the ball, though. So, we got it in the red zone again after that whole debacle. But then we just didn't do anything with it. We just failed again. And then the Lions scored again at some point because, after that random guy, Zylstra scored. Another random guy, James Mitchell, rookie tight end, scored. They traded T.J. Hawkinson. This Mitchell guy gets a touchdown. So, yeah, we were unable to stop the Lions today. I mean, defensively, I know we only held them to 15. Packers did not play well on defense. I understand they had injuries, but they did not play well on defense. I know what the box score says. And I'm sure some certain players had good coverage stats. Eric Stokes also got injured. I forgot to mention him. But, no, they might have had an overall solid statistical game defensively, but when it mattered most, when they needed to get a stop, they weren't able to do it consistently enough. And the Lions wound up winning. What else can I say about this game? Back to Matt. I'm going to hammer Matt LaFleur again. Aaron Jones last week, 143 yards, I believe it was. He's been good all season. He's averaging close to 6 yards per carry. I know Aaron Jones got injured, but right before he got injured, A.J. Dillon had 8 carries. Aaron Jones had 7. That's unacceptable. It just is. A.J. Dillon, he really didn't do much today besides fumble. But juggle the pass on the short yardage. That was another situation that we messed up. A.J. Dillon, it was 3rd and 5. He catches the ball, but then he goes down at the 1 with 1 yard to go, fumbles it out of bounds, and it was 4th down, and we had to kick the field goal. I believe that's when that happened. It all juggles together. I can't even remember specifically what fumble or drop pass led to which sequence. And I'm not going to watch the highlights back. So, no, my analysis is kind of shaky right now. But, I don't know, there's just a lot of drop passes, a lot of overthrows, and a couple near fumbles. So, Dillon and Torrey's fumbles don't register as fumbles, but, they still fumbled. It's just they didn't lose possession. It was fumbles out of bounds. They didn't lose the fumbles, but they did fumble. So, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but here's the point you should take away from the video. The Packers suck. They suck. They've lost 5 in a row. I went back and looked at our 2013, 2017, and 2018 seasons. 2013, 2017, when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, we struggled. 2018, we were just bad. That was the year that led to Mike McCarthy getting fired and Matt LaFleur coming in. All 3 of those seasons, worst losing streak was 3 games. 5 games is unheard of for Aaron Rodgers. And maybe we had a random 5-game lose streak in 2008. I probably should have checked that as well, but that was Aaron Rodgers' first season. So even if so, I mean that's a totally different ballgame. And I don't think they did. I don't think they did go on a 5-game losing streak. So this is unheard of for the Aaron Rodgers era. A lot of issues. Defense is soft, super soft. We let the Lions. We managed to hold Amon-Ra to only 55 yards. Swift barely saw the ball. Jamal Williams had a solid game running, but it's not like he killed us like some other running backs have in the past this season. And yet they still weren't able to get it done because, get it done. Because, like I said, they folded in key situations. Dallas next week. We've owned Dallas for a long time. Always, I say it to my dad, who's a Cowboys fan. It's like, Packers kind of own the Cowboys. I say it to my Eagles friends. Packers beat the Cowboys. Eagles beat the Vikings all the time. It's a nice marriage. The marriage, we're getting a divorce this week. The Cowboys are going to kill the Packers. They're better on every front. Every front. Yeah, that's bad. This was the get-right game. This was the NFC is bad, and 8-9 or 9-8 could get the 7 seed. This is when the Packers need to start the run. Lions' worst defense in the league. Didn't matter. 9 points for the Packers. 1 touchdown by Allen Lazard. And we had to go for 2 because the Lions got a 2-point conversion on us earlier, and that's why we had 6 points. And then we got a field goal after we missed on 3rd down. So, yeah, I will shout out Lazard. Dude's been mad consistent for us. I've defended him for a while. I said people look at his stats, his raw stats. They don't watch the games. His first year at the Packers, he didn't become a real part in the offense until the second half of the year, so his stats don't show a complete season. His second year as a main part of the Packers, he got injured, so once again, the stats didn't quite measure up to what he was actually doing for us. He's finally going to get the statistical recognition this year. He's going to probably finish with somewhere between 60 and 70 catches, and not 1,000 yards, but he'll be somewhat close. He's definitely been our most consistent offensive player. You could argue Jones is performance-wise, but because of his usage, you can't say that. I don't know. I'm hoping guys like Rashawn Gary and Aaron Jones, who've been playing great all season, aren't injured. Romeo Doubs as well. I'm hoping these guys aren't injured severely. I hope no one's injured severely, but especially those 3 because we need them. But at this point, I don't know. Maybe it's better. Maybe injuries will help the tank. I don't know what I would do with our first-round pick quite yet. I'm going to have to start looking at some mock drafts. I guess a little earlier than I'm used to. But this is a disaster. So, yeah, Packers are garbage. That's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, I guess.